What's poppin'? It's your boy Janto here, and I think we all know what special day it is today. That is right. Of course you're right, because everyone knows it's Halloween. And all that scary good stuff. But you know me, I'm Janto. I'm a different breed. It is what it is. Ain't nothing scaring me. No, but seriously though, I remember when I was younger, like, I'd watch scary movies like Paranormal Activity, and I'd be absolutely scared out of my mind. I think a ghost would pop out of the toilet whenever I went to the bathroom or something. But nowadays, not a lot scares me. Actually, to be completely honest, anime is like much more scary than like movies that come out in the theaters nowadays. Like you show me a sequel to like a horror franchise like Insidious. Like show me this third Insidious movie, I sleep. I'd be sleep. Show me a Junji Ito manga, I'd be like. And does that happen to anyone else or does it just happen to me? I guess it's just subconscious as you mature. You start realizing, oh, these effects are fake. This acting is terrible. This cinematography is whack. Whenever I watch a movie, I always try to question the logic of it and, just how bad the acting is and everything. And honestly, it completely distracts me from, actually getting scared from the movie. I'll be watching, I'll just be like, this acting sucks. Well, it's supposed to be scary. And then it's not scary. Why? Because a lot of these movies nowadays suck. They really do. And, it's been a while since, we've had some of the great horror movies from like the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I could always watch The Thing and just be absolutely scared out of my mind. Not only because the practical effects for the time were awesome, but also because it was really well written. You didn't know who was the Thing. It could have been anyone. And, first time watching it, it's always going to be a shock. It's always going to be great, watching movies like Aliens, watching those great horror classics, it never gets old. But to be completely honest, man, nowadays, horror movies are just filled with cheap jump scares, terrible, CG effects, terrible acting, terrible camera work. They just straight pan to one side, and then they pan back and, oh, jump scare. Like it's so lazy, and, just watching horror movies nowadays, there really isn't any good ones. And, this might just be me, but even horror movies that are considered good aren't really horror movies. I think they're more or less just respected for how well they're made, Like, this morning, well, I guess you call it this morning, when it turned 12, I decided to watch a horror movie with some of my friends on Discord. And I was like, hey, why don't we watch It Follows? I've heard it's a really good movie. And we watched it. And it was a good movie, I really liked the cinematography. I think the acting was great. The tone and atmosphere of, like, this Detroit with, like, futuristic type things or modern things. And next thing you know, you have, like, box TVs from the 60s. It really helped establish all the tone and all that. And to be completely honest, I actually really enjoyed the movie because of it. I was able to, like, catch all these, like, small details, that otherwise probably wouldn't be in a lot of movies, And, I think the camera work, and how it reflected how the monster moved was really great as well. There were a few small flaws as well, like some of the logic just didn't make sense. And when you establish, such clearly cut rules and you try to, make new interesting scenes, I think it's just gonna happen. Like, it's just inevitable that, like, logic isn't always gonna turn out right. But, for what it was a pretty good movie. But the thing is, it wasn't scary, A few times I got shocked were, like, because of jump scares. And, that's it. And, I think this might just be me, or, it might just happen to all regular people, but, movies just aren't as scary anymore, And whether that comes down to maturity, or just straight up movies not being as well made, I mean, let's face it, horror movies these days suck, I haven't watched a horror movie that has been released in, like, the past 10 years that has, like, actually scared me, I'm talking about, how I am right now. Obviously, as a little kid, I could watch any of these movies and get absolutely freaked out of my mind. But, they just feel so cheap nowadays, But anyways, that's all I want to talk about today. If you're wondering what my Halloween costume is, well, this is my Halloween costume. What do you expect? What, you think I'm always wearing this? I mean, I should, because flies keep going down my throat. I'm not even joking. It must be an October thing. It must be a Halloween thing, But it really sucks. So, hey, maybe I should wear this all the time. But, that is what it is, you know. So I'll see you guys in the next video, you know, whenever that will be. But anyway, this has been Janto. As always, peace out and bless upon Rieri.